Alright, so I thought I'd start today by just briefly outlining what we're talking about when we're talking about behaviour change, because it's not impossible, in fact it's quite likely that we have different understandings of behaviour change. It's something that Liz and we as an organisation have been discussing today. So I'm going to start off with that. Alright, so this thing that is called behaviour change that is seems so popular right now, especially in the UK and the United States, but also here in Australia, has a great degree of continuity with the past, in that governments have always been engaged in changing or maintaining behaviours of citizens. But it differs from the past in some pretty important ways. One is that psychology has suggested new strategies that governments can use as interventions for changing behaviours. Another key characteristic is the expanded role of evidence in selecting strategies, at least in theory, and in evaluating the effectiveness of them. And questions of effectiveness have really come to the foreground. And the effect of that is that research and evaluation, again, at least in theory, have a bigger place in policy formation. So I can spend the whole time talking about the place of research. I mean, we are a research organisation, but I'm not going to talk about that today. I'll come back to what I am going to talk about. There's just one more thing that is characteristic of these new behaviour change interventions, which they differ from the past in terms of the types of cooperation that they do request or could request or require from citizens. So it's understood in these terms, behaviour change as a field is unwieldy and intimidating in scope. So this presentation looks at only a part of it. What I'm going to do is look at, very briefly, the history, the characteristics and the uses of economic, psychological and sociological models of behaviour change. And what I want to work towards is to propose a way to think about these models and about the broader field of behaviour change in relation to the key concepts, as Mark said, of effectiveness and appropriateness.